You're having an issue with salesmen?
They're not even salesmen.
They're door-to-door.
They're door-to-door.
Solicitors.
Scum.
The scum of the earth.
So this has been happening a lot, but like specific to the guy yesterday, because this is...
The one months ago, if you watched the podcast, we were interrupted by...
Full fucking...
We thought it was a cop, yeah.
And several times, people knock on my door. I go out there, some fucking dickhead. So now I don't even answer the door. And I go, if they knock again, it's probably like a neighbor or something.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I don't want to like piss a neighbor off where they're like trying to tell me something. I'm like never answering the door when I'm clearly home. But these fucking people, they come, they waste my fucking time. They have me standing outside in the goddamn heat when I'm home all day. I'm probably on fucking drugs that I'm waiting to kick in. And they're burning my fucking time that I could be jerking
Who was it?
off. Huh?
Who was it yesterday?
I think Solar. Which...
I get into fights with these people.
When they want to hit...
Solar's such a scam.
Which I don't even want to get into. I'm like...
No, we're not even going to get into that.
I'm so fucking nice to these people where I'm like, yeah, no, like... I'm not... You know how you treat a telemarketer? Where you're just like, I have no interest in being rude to someone. I'm
Sorry,
just
man.
like, bro, like, not interested. And they all want to make you feel... Like, their tactic is to make you feel as if, like, oh, so what has you worried about it? And it's like, I'm not worried about it. I don't want to be out in 90-degree weather talking to a fucking stranger about shit I'm not interested in. You feel like it senses.
Do you ever go
me.
off like that on these people?
Yesterday was close because it wasn't... The other people that come by, I can at least meet in the middle at some level of respect. It's like, listen, man, I get that this is just your fucking job.
It's your job.
Whatever,
You
like,
have to do this.
whatever.
You make money on whatever.
This dude yesterday he's got the Jake Paul hair, which you know I hate.
Yeah.
I hate white people that have that hair.
That's your Long Island trash haircut.
No, sort of, but at least there's a lot of Jews in Long Island, so they might just genuinely have curly. I hate the shaved on the sides, and there's a fucking curly flop. And I don't know how that has been, like, put on the fucking pedestal of like the cool guy haircut. I don't know when that switched.
If you get that haircut, you're getting pussy.
Automatic. Well, as I'm staring at this fucking idiot out there, I'm like, it's crazy this dude gets like way more ass than me and is a door-to-door salesman. Like, you don't even have a fucking real job.
No.
You're trying to sling solar to fucking
You're scamming people. Yeah.
And meanwhile, probably just crushes. Meanwhile, I'm like, has the house, has not a great job, but a job. And it's like, so I'm just The main issue with this person is they knock twice.
Which is insane. You knock once.
You knock once.
You knock once. Make it a good knock.
I
knock
clearly
once.
ignored you.
Yes.
Clearly ignored you. You knock again. Okay. So now I'm assuming it's a person that needs something. So I go out, open the door. This fuck, looking down on his phone when I open the door, I stand there for at least, no exaggeration, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it doesn't load and it's like a different person's address. Is this still the Margarita Garcia residence? And then shows me a picture of my house. I'm like, no. He's like, oh, so you're the new king of the castle, huh? I go, I guess. He's like, all right.
We're not. Stop it. Stop it. You're a salesman.
Your one job is to look me in my
You're a
fucking
salesman.
eye. I'd rather you be a sleazebag piece of shit and at least be good at your job than be like,
yeah, I just kind of do this shit.
So I'm kind of fucking mad that I just got brought out. I just took my pizza out of the oven early so it didn't burn while I'm talking to whoever. I'm just like, to open the door to a salesman and not be like greeted by like, hey,
how's it going?
I'm looking at the top of someone's fucking head as they're looking down their phone, scrolling. A literal like 5 count going past me being like, yo, what's up? Being like, oh, so he's like, so basically, not a salesman. Just like going around and just putting people like in the register, just doing my job. And I'm like, just trying to find like the break in him talking. And he's just like droning on in like this, like not full pothead talk, but just that like younger than you dick. Maybe that's just how people start to sound as you get old. I don't know, but fuck it. It's like that South.
How old is this guy?
Like early 20s. Not like anything crazy. Young. Okay. But yeah, like he looked like a fucking twink, but not gay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
A twunk.
A faggot is what I would say. But giving me the I'm not a salesman, I'm just putting you in the right. And I'm just like, like, no offense or anything, dude, but just not interested. And I'll like pop the door back open and go inside. He's like, well, can I just ask, like, what has you worried about the soul? I'm like, no, I'm not worried about anything. I just don't, I'm not interested. And he's like, well, can I? I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to talk to you. Like, I got shit to do. Like, I'm not trying to do this right now. He's like, all right, for sure, man. You have a good day. And it's like, I get that this is your job. And he was literally at one point explaining to me, he's like, yeah, a lot of people aren't interested. I just got to do what I got to do, though. I'm like,
it's like, yeah, I'm one of them.
Did you tell me in the sales pitch that a lot of people aren't interested?
Like, isn't your job to be like, yeah, no, Marie down the street who you'll never meet?
A lot of your that's all, every lawn care dude. They're like, a lot of your neighbors are customers of mine. It's like, I could give a fuck.
It's also like, yeah, you and the last four landscapers So you and the last four landscapers have that person as a client? Because you all point to the same fucking house.
Also, I don't know anyone. I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I'm friends with no one in this neighborhood. I
don't give a shit.
I wave to like one person that I have a wave status with.
That's insane.
It's like, yeah, like he says it as if I'm going to be like, you're their lawn guy? They rave about you.
Oh, my God.
Or I'm going to be like, I drive by that house, and it is manicured to perfection.
It's beautiful.
That's your work? Like,
no.
I'm like, bro, I get in my car, I rip pens until I can't fucking see. My car veers into work 10 minutes away. Like, I don't look at shit. I
don't give a shit.
I look fucking, I hope no one notices me.
I used to pay a guy to mow my lawn. He was a black guy who probably never worked the lawnmower.
That happened once.
Oh, you didn't keep using him?
No.
Oh, I thought you kept using him.
No.
Because he charged you what, $80?
Something. I don't know.
Something absurd. Where I was like, I feel like a kid will do that for like $25.
Not 25, but yes, to your point, something that's not 80.
It's something insane.
I just always remember that dude being like, Can I show you something? I'm like, yeah, for sure. He's like walking me around my yard, like just stopping and picking up grass. He's like, you got good grass. I'm like, thank you. Like, I've done nothing to it.
I've never had a lawn.
I've never had a lawn, never done anything to it. I'm like, sure. He's like, a lot of people have grass. And then like failed to come up with a word to describe it. I was like, you got good grass. I was like,
this guy's never had a lawn.
No, I think him and his girlfriend probably watched the Instagram or TikTok videos the same way we do of like a dude that power washes and like gutters and shit like that.
You're like, I could fucking do that.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm gonna start it up.
I'm gonna buy a lawnmower.
Did I ever show you his like flyer?
No.
He had like flyers that he was treating like business cards, but they were like laminated that you would put up like at a rec center, like one that's gonna stay there for a minute.
Like something big.
Full sheet of paper. But like laminated. He handed it to me. I was like, I thought he was showing it to me. I was like, I can keep this? And he's like, oh, please. I'm like,
you giving these out?
Yeah. I'm like, this can't be good. Like,
this can't be cost effective. I'm going to throw this out.
I think they give you like 1,000 business cards for like $5. You know what I mean? Like, that has to be cheaper than however much it costs to laminate however many of these you make.
Sheets of paper.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just thought I almost wanted to. I didn't want to be rude and be like, take this back, but I want to be like, brother, I'll write it down. Like,
yeah, I'll take a picture of this.
But it was literally perfect because I wasn't trying to like go and find a guy. I needed someone to mow my lawn because I didn't have the mower yet. He knocks on my door. I was like, yo, actually, this is like the opposite.
Let me in on that.
All the other people. I was like, this sounds good. Local dude, not trying to fucking bullshit me, just like him and his girlfriend.
You got good lawn.
They didn't bring the sheets with them. They had them in the car still. So as they're at my house, I'm like, do you have like a business card or something? I'll call you when I'm ready for that. They're like, yeah. And they like sent the girl back to the car and like, we're just like shooting the shit for a minute.
It's like, no one's had me do this yet. You're my first customer. No, that's crazy.
First and last.
We got edibled up a few months ago. We got edibled up and it's off.
It is?
Yeah, it's gonna blink if it wants it.
Okay.
We got edibled up the one morning and or the one afternoon, and they just started kicking in. Some dude knocks on my door after a long storm, and he's like, "Hey, I'm an insurance like roofer guy. Like I'm gonna get you a new roof. Come on outside." And like the edibles are, I'm like, "All right, man, let's talk." We talked, dude. He talked to me for probably 30 minutes.
That's what Christian said.
Yeah, 30 minutes. I'm outside. I got no shoes on. I'm in shorts, free balling it. We're just, I'm loose. And then,
Imagine being told though, like
at some point,
come outside, like fuck you,
yeah, fuck you,
come outside.
That's dude. No, the worst one was that security dude. Remember when you were over when like I first moved in and that dude knocked on the door and I was like, who's this? I opened the door and it was a security guy and he's like, hey, I just want to talk to you about my security. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, dude. And like in that breath, he goes to like walk past me into the house. And I like put an arm out and was like, I don't know what you think is about. Like, I didn't invite you in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you think you're doing here.
I don't know like how hard up you are for my, because that's the other thing. Like, I know I said like I respect the fact that it's their job and stuff. It's also like, brother, you could get a regular fucking job. Like,
that's off. Yeah, you can get a normal ass job. You can be miserable at a job like us.
Dude, and when the dude came by yesterday, I was feeling great at your house. The pills were like kicking in, but then they never went anywhere. It was just like the
preamble.
Yeah, exactly. So I was kind of on like my opioid rage a little bit. So as dude showed up, I was like, fucking 90. I just showered, so now I'm like sweating again, and I wanted to like unleash just catalog everything that he'd done wrong to me in these 4 seconds. But I feel like that's bad karma. But like some people, I understand that like there's discrimination and bias. So like maybe this is the only job you can get. Like this fucking fag who looks like everyone's like the typical like
you can go be a corporate dude.
You could have whatever job. Like I don't know if you thought this was gonna be like I work only a little bit of hours to make this much, but or I don't know if you got sold a crock of shit from like another dude that looks like you. And you saw him driving a Benz or whatever. And it's like, no, he runs all you guys. He's not doing what you guys do.
Invigoron.
It's a reverse funnel system.
I saw a thing like that on Indeed yesterday. That it was like a Ponzi scheme. The whole thing was lined up where it was like, do you want to make more money
than you ever have?
Yeah,
in your
like
life?
Dude, literally, it was like an intro like that, and it was like, we need like hardworking, self-employed, like people that to do this. You're gonna get people to work underneath you, and then those people's sales will then trickle up to you. And that, dude, this was all in the pitch, and I'm like, this is literally like a fucking scam. And then at the end, it goes like, we are not like we're not salesmen.
Marketing scheme.
Yeah, it was some shit like that. We're not a multi-level marketing scheme, and it's like that's what you literally described.
There's so many jobs on there that are like basically describing some degree of sales, and you're like, was it like people that are interested and I call them, or is it like I have cold calls, or am I going door to door? And they refuse to put that information in there. It's just like, you're going to have your office. And it's like, okay, what?
You're going to work from home.
I'll go on an interview and then go on the whole interview. Everything's great. Be like, yeah, sounds good. Do you have any questions? Like, could you like explain some like the more day-to-day aspects of the job? And sure. You are going to be going out in teams of 5. You'll be going to a neighborhood, split up. And like, so it is door-to-door sales. And it's like, you're not going to be doing the sales, so it's not really door-to-door sales. I'm like,
oh, you get some dumb bitch who's like, well, actually, technically, you're not like completing the sales, so like you're not the salesman.
You'd be the person knocking on someone's door, being like, don't worry, not a salesman. Like, so what the fuck? You're just wasting my time. There's not even like a thing that could happen right now.
I'd walk out of an interview.
Oh, I was like, oh, it was like the end of it, but I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not interested in.
Yeah,
walking door to door.
Probably start with that.
Yeah, probably save yourself a lot of time instead of trying to trick people into a job. Like that'll be a good worker. The guy that got fucking bamboozled.
You're not gonna be a door-to-door salesman.
Not my office. Oh, you're in the van today.
Yeah. No. Imagine if you didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
You take the job. You quit your other job. You fucking get there.
Later, fuckers. Yeah.
They're like,
I got my own office.
I got my own fucking
piece of shit.
I got a fucking window.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's the back window of a van.
Yeah, the fucking raper van.
No, that's
see
great.
one of your boys running past you, and you're like, "What happened?" You're like, we had,
He had a gun.
well, no, I mean, you're technically supposed to get like some type of thing, like not a license, but like something to let you go and do that per neighborhood. You're supposed to check,
Like a permit.
yes, that. But people don't do that. They just go and like the second someone's like, "Where's your permit?" or like, "I'm gonna call whoever on you," then they're like, "All right, pack it up."
Back it up. We got to go.
Different neighborhood.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's wild. Those guys all drive around on Segways now. You ever see those guys? They used to be
No.
in my old neighborhood. They'd be on like little Segways, and they just fucking
There's a guy in
You want
Arrested
solar?
Development
like that.
who has a Segway.
Really?
First time I ever saw one.
That's interesting. They're cool. The owner died. The creator died on a Segway. Did you know that?
No.
Fell off a mountain.
Wow.
Yeah, was testing out the off-road Segway. And he went off-road.
That's how Elon's gonna go.
Fucking-
I'm going to Mars. A pond take.
the moon people got him.
The launch just
Yeah.
fucking implodes.
But that's your douche of the week. Door-to-door salesman.
yeah.
No. Just in general. The scum of the earth.
It's telemarketers that you can't hang up on that are now
That's
in
what
your
it is.
fucking face.
Yeah. And I'm not going to slam. I mean, you could slam the door in somebody's face, but they'd really have to warrant, they'd have to really be trying to hang on.
When I walked back inside after I closed the door, I was like, God damn it.
Real loud.
Yeah. It was
Piece of shit.
every fucking day.
Ugh.
I got to get that no soliciting sign so that when they ignore it, I can point at it and be like, that's that.
That's what that's here for. I see people that get the Ring doorbell. They have the and then there's an extra flap you could buy that sticks to the side. That's like a fan thing that goes over the doorbell that says no soliciting. So you'd have to move that to press the doorbell.
That's nice.
That's not too bad. But we just got back
The
to
Ring doorbell would be if the soliciting thing doesn't work, though, because then I can just see that it's them and then be like, oh.
Yeah, it'd be like an extra layer because I guess yeah, the Ring will go off regardless if someone walks up and sees it. They just wouldn't be pressing the doorbell. You can also just go into the app and be like, not interested. Go away.
The only thing about that, though, is now there's no clear end to the conversation. It's not like the door shuts and it's like, fuck, he's done. Like,
Well, no, you just close the app.
well, for you, but now this motherfucker could think he's still talking to you, no?
No, let him talk. Fucking
No, get the fuck out of my house.
he's
Fuck
not.
off
In,
my
he's not
property.
in your house. He's
I
on
don't
your.
want to walk outside and have some dude still lurk. That's what happened to me the one day. Guy knocks. I don't answer it. And I'm like, oh, mail probably showed up by now. So I go out to get the mail. And he's like on the corner. And he's like, oh.
Lurking. No, you get a lot of those, man. I get like one every now and then, but like nothing bad.
I think it's because there's big houses around me. And then I get like caught up in it. And it's like, bro, like, fuck off. You clearly, like,
I don't have money for this.
What are you...
Go to the people next door. They're running
Yeah.
a trap house. They probably got money.
Yeah.
You're in the ghetto side of Taylor.
Yeah, you're on the trash. It's funny because one street down is all the big houses, but then my street literally is like these 4 regular houses, and it's like,
Then it like ends.
yeah. I guess that corner does have a nice house, but me and my
They get
across
pretty
the
nice
street
too,
people
the other way too.
Yeah,
This block is. You got in the
sweet spot.
the slum.
I'm insulated.
Yeah, no, you're insulated by the rich, the ritzy.
They hate to see me win.
No, they don't like that at all.
They hate to see me
A what?
smoking J's.
Oh,
in
mowing the
front.
lawn?
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. We just got back from Georgia. And let me tell you something right now. TSA don't give a fuck about weed. Don't give a fuck about anything.
But
They don't. We walked through the dog. Here's what it is. I grounded up a half ounce of weed, put it in a pill bottle.
it's a big pill bottle.
It wasn't that. It was like this big. Yeah, pill bottle. We brought a half ounce. Half ounce. Pre-ground. Grounds about that big. Did a half ounce of weed, like 300 milligrams edibles, 4 carts. Walked in. We get through security. Like, we walk up to, like, security, and I'm like, all right, we're going to be fine. It'll be fine. It's in, like, my toiletry bag. They have fucking 5 dogs. And I'm walking up, and I'm like, I turn to Chris, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, we're fucked.
Well,
hey, I've never seen this at Midway.
Tell my family. Have a good wedding.
I've never seen this at Midway.
I was going to ask which one you went, because the only thing that scares me about O'Hare is it being international. Even though if it's not an international flight, I wonder if it being an international airport, like the fine goes up or something.
Or if the securities, like if they actually have
care about it more.
So as we're walking up, I'm looking in
Midway, I can't imagine anybody caring.
So as like we're walking up, I see the signs, and it's like EOD dog, bomb dog. And one of the dogs didn't have a sign. I was like, that's a fucking drug dog. And they're fucking yelling at. They're like, all right, 2 at a time, walk slow. The dogs are gonna go around. Don't look at the dogs. Don't pet the dogs. I'm like, we're fucked. We start going.
Oh, so they're literally like, it's not even just like you saw them. You're literally like,
bro, you go 2 at a time, and there's 2 dogs.
I've never seen
circling
that.
you.
I've never seen that in my life.
2 dogs, massive dogs, German shepherds,
oh, man.
circling you. As you're walking, I'm sweating. We get past them, nothing happens. We go into security. They do the exact same thing. I put my fucking thing through the metal detector, goes through, goes back. I'm like, fuck, this fuck saw it. Oh, clear, goes through. We get through, fine. They didn't give a fuck.
It's like, because that's obviously way worse. But even just bringing like the Badger and shit to New York, it's almost like that polygraph mentality where it's like, it's not a lie if you believe it.
That was literally that was my mentality going in. Because I'm like, we're in a legal state. Christian has a medical card. I'm literally going to, like, this dude's going to pull it. He's gonna go, do you have drugs in the bag? I'm going to go, no. You're going to pull it out. What is this? And I go, well, that's her medicine. Yeah. Like, we can't bring that? That's not allowed?
Medical state to medical state.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, it is an easy enough thing to play dumb about.
Oh, shit. Why do you need a half ounce of weed?
We're staying for a long time. So you're going for 4 days. She's really sick.
She's sick. She gets anxious.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was
if someone brought a lot of cancer pills.
Yeah.
Would you be like, ooh, how much cancer do you have?
But no, literally that was my whole thing. I was going to be like, oh, I would never bring drugs across.
I love this country. And I would never do anything to disrespect you and the people, or the people like yourself defending it.
Sir, Jerome, can I call you that? I voted for Donald Trump. I just want to start with
that. I assume we both did.
I was like, man, fuck you. Slaps you.
That'd be funny if the TSA, like if they were black, were fucking with you and you're like, man, fuck 12. Fuck 12. Yeah, motherfucker. How absolutely like caught they would.
Oh, dude, you know what? You know what I did on the way in? Because the first TSA guy, I had to ask him a question on like, do we go this way? Or no, I asked him a question. I was like, we have the digital boarding pass. Is that cool? I hit him with officer.
You told me that.
Dude, I thought this dude was going to fucking come. I literally, we turn the corner. I go, hey,
he probably almost passed out because all the blood rushed to his dick.
I go, hey, watch that. I go, excuse me, officer. Can I use the digital boarding pass? He goes, this dude's leaned up. Hey. Huh? Yep. That's actually perfect. That's actually, yep, that's exactly what you need. Thank you,
officer.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Excuse me, officer. Hey, if he finds a drug, that guy's gonna go, no, he's good.
Yeah.
Send him through.
Oh, that guy? No, he's good. He's good people.
I tell you what they did do on the way back. We're going through the ATL. And
yeah. They got a fat airport, right?
I think it's the biggest airport in the world, they said. Or some shit. Or it's like the hub of the fucking world. It's some crazy shit.
I know. It's like
they got trains going through it.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I had a layover there, and I had to get on a train. That was like a decade plus ago.
They're adding on to it.
But I think that JFK and O'Hare, at least for Midwest and East Coast, I think those are like our big international airports. That
makes sense.
Most people fly out of.
LAX, is that big?
Yeah, I assume they're international. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I've never been out the East and West Coast. But, no, we're flying back, and my bag's clean. I got a cart. Go fuck yourself. I can bring a cart. That's fine.
That you genuinely could be like, I didn't even realize I had this, and throw it away.
Yeah, like hey, battery and all. Watch this. No, we're going back and we're going through the. I checked my bag. Everything's fine. We're going through the metal detector. He's like, go through again. I'm like, all right. Go through again. He's like, all right. As I'm walking through, the dude like yells. He goes, hey, green hat. And head whips around. He's like, come over here. He's like, we gotta do a hand check. I'm like, a what?
Must think you're cute.
I'm like, a what? And he's like, a hand check? And he's like, hold out your hands. And he like swabs my hands and puts that in a machine. I'm standing there and I'm like, that's fucking weird. He goes, nah, you're good. And I leave. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was crazy.
Swabbed your hands.
And then I realized, I remember this one story. My brother's brother-in-law went on he had to go on a flight at like, say it was 2:00. He fertilized his lawn in the morning. Fertilized his lawn in the morning. Didn't shower or anything, I guess. Hopped on, like went to the airport.
Which isn't great.
No, went to the airport and fucking, dude, they ripped him a new asshole. They ripped his shit open. They fucking pulled him to the back off. They were interrogating him, being like, why the fuck do you have this on you? Like you have.
It's like a chemical.
That's what you use to make a bomb, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they did that swab thing.
They did this. Yeah,
like
they did
the
this
same chemical.
Yeah, it was like on his pen. It was all over him. So he's like, I fertilized my lawn. He's like, yeah, I bet you did. How about you come over here?
It'd be funny if he was wearing like a green or orange, like neon, like the thing you would wear to do that. He's like, I
dress like a landscape.
Yeah.
No, but that was crazy. The
dogs would fuck me up.
Dogs were scary. Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
I've never seen that where they just have them circle you.
I've seen the dogs there.
They're just walking around.
Yeah,
or like for the guy they pull to the side, he'll have the dog.
Yeah.
Like everybody, 2 at a time, let the dogs circle you. That seems crazy.
I swear I'm afraid of dogs.
That would be funny. You're like, I actually have very bad You're triggering my anxiety. You're triggering me.
I have to go. They probably just let you leave. I'm like, okay, leave.
Because black people can say that with dogs.
What? Really?
Yeah. There's like a history of police dog abuse against black people.
You think you could pull that card and not do the drug dogs?
In today's climate, yeah, totally.
That's interesting.
Between not wanting to be called racist and not wanting to like trigger someone, or
they would just make you go through like an extra fucking body scan or some shit. Like, yeah, fine. We'll do a cavity check and that's fine.
Yeah, but then again, now it's like I don't know. I feel like you have like a lot of
Muslim people should do that.
Muslim people.
I feel triggered that you are.
He said triggered. Get him.
Get the fuck on the ground.
Did you see that video of in London, England?
Hello.
Bro. The video.
Shut the fuck up, George.
No, the video picks up where I have no idea like what started any of it. It's just 3 like airport security people telling this family, or the dad, to like get on the ground. It's like a Muslim family. I again have no idea what precipitated this, but the dude is kind of like slowly getting to the ground because he's like asking like what's
the issue?
Yeah, what's happening right now? And the lady is like kind of like hovering too close and being like, "What are you doing to my husband?" This guy, once he finally like gets him on the ground, he absolutely De Niro stomps his fucking head. Like
what?
Like the full knee straight up and then just heel. Like,
what do you do?
I have no idea.
That's it. It ended.
Well, the whole video is the whole video vibe is that the police are using too much force compared to whatever the dude did. But I don't know what the dude did, so I can't say for certain.
It'd be crazy if he's like the head of ISIS.
Yeah, it's like, hey, everybody, you want to shut the fuck up? This place was about to be incinerated if I didn't
put a heel across that
man's chin. Change his brain chemistry with my fucking foot.
Now
but I usually hear that we have the crazy cops, so it was funny to see.
That was in England?
I'm almost positive because their cops didn't look right.
Talking.
Their cops looked like they had that. You know, they have like that checkered board pattern almost on like their. It's because they like F1 driving so much. That's the flag.
What checkerboard pattern?
I don't know. They have like some shit on their. I don't know. Their cops have like.
The vest thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They have that, so I think that was over there. But I mean, they fucked that guy up.
That's crazy.
You hope he did something wrong to earn it, because otherwise it's a bad video. You'd like it to be a good video.
You'd like it to be like, yes, we got him,
We
guys.
got him.
Hey, woo!
Not a hate crime the police did and got away with. That wouldn't be fun.
Speaking of hate crimes, is it a hate crime if you... We'll go into it. The Southwest...
If you have to ask, it probably is.
Southwest does this fucking thing that I can't stand. Southwest does the open boarding where you could just...
Open borders.
You just check in. Basically what our borders are, yeah. You check in.
They're flying Mexicans over.
Yeah, you check in. They give you a number. You get on the plane at that number, and then you get to pick whatever seat you want. That's how That's how Southwest works. It sucks. And the...
They give you a number.
Yeah, so like, you know how you check in for Delta? And it's like, oh, well, what, or like, and you get to pick your seat.
Yeah.
You get to, you check in 24 hours before and it says like A35 or like B68. It goes to like C60. And before the flight, like as you're boarding, they go, all right, we're boarding all the A's. You get in line, like
so
number
like
order.
The order you check in?
Yeah, and then you, but it's all a fucking scam. No, I clicked it at 9 o'clock, like at the time, and I got like B80 or like B60. And it's like, well, you can upgrade to A1 through 15. It's like, well, are you holding those?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that? It's $80. Like, you're insane. So yeah, you get to sit wherever you want. What these fucking animals do is they do priority boarding for people in wheelchairs, right? You don't need to prove anything. You could just be a fat fuck or a lazy fuck and like didn't check in. And I'm not going to say who the majority of the people are, but they obviously didn't check in, right? They get to the airport and they go, I need a wheelchair. They put them in a fucking chair. They get wheeled to the fucking gate. They sit there and then they're the first ones on. And then miraculously, there's 80 people that need a wheelchair when you get on the plane. Miraculously, they go, all right, if you need a wheelchair, wait on the plane. And when everybody's off, we'll get you your wheelchair. They can all fucking walk.
Now
they're all fine.
Now they're well rested.
It's like, oh, well, I sat on the plane for an hour and a half. I can fucking walk now. My paralysis is fucking cured. No, it's ridiculous. I think they're getting away with it.
Just fat fucks.
Fat fucks, lazy fuck. Obviously, there's some
skinny people that can walk in
Bro,
wheelchairs.
I watched a dude. We were in Atlanta. I watched a dude in a wheelchair, middle age, right? Sitting in the wheelchair in line, gets up, fixes his shit, walks to the bathroom, goes to the bathroom, comes back, sits in the wheelchair, and is like, then gets to go on a plane for. I'm like, that dude's obviously fine. Like, that dude could stand in line and fucking get on the plane.
I thought you had to have like a...
you don't need shit. You don't need shit.
Like a handicap thing, like you would for parking.
You need to walk in the airport and you ask the first person you see, you say, I need a wheelchair. And they go, okay, we'll get you somebody. And then some dude has to push you in a wheelchair. You can't push, like, you can't do yourself.
I've seen that for old people.
And yeah, like an 85-year-old woman, yeah, she can't walk through a big airport. Obviously, she'll need a wheelchair, whatever. Should she get on a plane first? No. Get in fucking line. Reason. Get in line. We'll figure it out. But, no,
unless they're real wheelchair people that need, like, where the wheelchair, like, slots into that spot.
Yeah, or if you brought your own wheel, like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you bring your own wheelchair, then you get on the plane.
Get on the plane. Yeah, because you're gonna need a whole thing. You got to get out of the chair. You got to put the chair. I get that. If you're being
fucking carted around and wheeled around,
if you get carted to the fucking door and then you could just get up and walk to your seat, it's a little fucked up.
Nah, you put all those people on a plane, you fucking.
We'll see you at the scene of the crash.
That's what, if Al-Qaeda had coordinated who was on the plane better, they could have gotten some better publicity out of the situation. You put a bunch of bad people on the plane.
Yeah, it's a prisoner plane.
Now all of a sudden it's like, Was it bad? Yes.
That's a question.
But is there a silver lining?
Here's a question. I never thought about this. Do you think the police have their own like police plane that they bring prisoners over on?
That's the
if like a prisoner.
That's the story of Con Air. You ever see that movie?
No, is it really?
It's a Nick Cage movie.
Oh, really?
It's Con Air. It's all these like some of the world's deadliest criminals are on board this plane, and then like he's like a regular criminal that like did his time. He was a cop, or no, he was like an army ranger that on like his first week back home, some like hick is hitting on his girlfriend. And so that guy and his like posse show up after the bar's closed to beat his ass. He's a fucking army ranger, so he beats the hell out of all of them, and he accidentally like murders one of them. So he goes to jail.
As manslaughter.
As manslaughter. Go to jail.
Go to jail for that.
So he goes to jail for like however long, and he's like the model prisoner. He's just trying to get out to see his sweetheart.
Yeah.
I've already been to
And
war.
then he gets put on this plane.
Where the prisoners like escape and they take over, and he's now like a good guy, but a prisoner full of bad prison. You know,
Nick Cage in a plane
doing
full
the
of
worst
black guys.
Southern accent you've ever heard. He's got like a mane of hair.
Does he really?
He's got. Yeah, look.
Is it 90s?
Oh, is it ever? Maybe late 80s, but I would think 90s. Yeah.
1997.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at
Damn! I've seen this picture. I never knew that was the whole premise. Look at it, widescreen. That's fun. Danny Trejo. Dave Chappelle's in it.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. I think he's an arsonist or something. Chappelle isn't it though? Yeah, he plays like the lowest level of the the big criminals.
That's great. Is this worth watching?
As like a bad movie, yeah.
A 6.10, 6.9.
There's like a rapist.
What?
Like immediately, like there's like the girl cop, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you," and they're like, "No one's gonna disrespect." And then like 4 minutes into the movie, when they break out, he's like, "I told you, I'd get you.
I told you I'd get your ass." No, that's crazy. You know what else is crazy? What I noticed on the way home, old people just raw dogging on flights. Just, dude, we sat down. We get in our seat.
You're noticing cocks through pants on old people?
No. I mean, like, raw dog it as in, like, they come in, they sit down.
No TV.
Nothing, man. Yeah. No, it was a 2-hour flight almost. And this dude literally.
Sometimes you got to go zen.
Yeah, it was fast. I envy that. I like that.
I think if you're old enough, though, you logged enough years of doing that. Like, I logged years of doing that, but not enough to where that was, like, the majority. Like, that guy, the majority of his life was like that. So it's weird to deviate from it now and be like, oh, I need my iPad or whatever.
Yeah. That's what, like I would watch my grandma, and, like, she would do stuff like this. She would just, like, I would be over there just whatever because, like, she had to watch me, like, as my parents were working or whatever. I'd be in the other room, like, playing video games or watching TV with my grandpa, and I would just walk into, like, the main room, and my grandma's just sitting in silence, like, in a room, just.
It's like enjoying a day.
It's like, what are you doing? Just enjoying the day.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Like, we don't have to go till this time, you know, so I'm just hanging out.
I'm just going to sit here, relax.
I definitely have like, stretches on a plane like that, where, like.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Done listening to music, done reading.
Just going to look out the window for a minute. I used to do that on the train. But then I
kind of have to do it.
Oh yeah, you can't be on the phone. That's right. I can't. I listen to people. I put on that. This is kind of creepy. I put the headphones in, and they have a what the AirPods do. They have a hearing aid function where you can click the hearing aid and you could turn up the thing. And I'll sit in a train and I'll pop that on and just listen to people's conversations.
You turn into Daredevil.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. You have like super hearing. Mind you, like the train noise, they're also louder, but no, you get like, I used to do it like as I'm waiting for classes. I'm like, what the fuck are these people talking? These people are hooting and hollering. What's going on?
It's funny that's so easy now. Back in the day, you'd be like behind a newspaper with like an antenna.
A satellite dish.
A gun, yeah. Trying to like dial it in.
I remember my cousin had remember like spy toys when you were a kid, like the fucking. I used to love that shit when I was a kid, and I remember my cousin got like the satellite dish thing where you put the headphones on, you can like long distance hearing, like hear through walls and whatnot.
X-ray vision goggles.
No, I thought that was the coolest shit. I had this one thing that like it came with like this fake computer that literally just had 3 lights on it. And you put these little motion sensors out. Yeah, you put like these little like motion sensors out, and if one went, that light lit up. So I would just put them around my house and be like, yes, my mom is she's in the kitchen. I'm spying on my mom.
Yeah, exactly. Like you doing nothing with it, but just being like, yes, I've got everyone in the house accounted for.
Note to self, still cooking 2 hours later.
Dad's sensor still hasn't gone off.
No, or I remember I had this like sound bomb, and it was like you'd hit a thing and it would do like a high pitch like, and you like throw it in a room and run away. Got him again.
Someone just turns it off.
Yeah.
Goes back to doing what they're doing.
I remember my mom would do like bunko tournament things with her, you know, like bunko. It's like the dice game where like you roll 6. It's like Yahtzee kind of, but like her and like her old friends would all get together and like they'd all play bunko. And there would be like 20 of them in the house. And me being a kid with my spy toys, I'd put them all out. I'd be like, yes, someone walked through this hallway. Let me creep out. And then I would like get under the table, and I have like a voice recorder, and you'd be like, let me record the count for later for evidence.
Yeah.
Being a kid was great. Shit.
I was more on like, I wish I was contained to just that, because at least that you leave real quick. You're not like bothered. I was always trying to like show people stuff. I'm like, yo, can I like? I had like a magic set, and I'd be like, Mom. Like when people, I'm like, Mom,
let me do my tricks.
Yeah, send me, like, my grandparents would have people over once a week for cards, and usually it was like card night, but every once in a while they'd reschedule, and they'd do it like the next morning or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'd be like on a weekend where all these people are in the house. I'm like, Mom, my mom would be like, they are with their friends.
Yeah.
If you were with your friends, you wouldn't want someone to run up to you and be like, oh, can I tell you about what's in the news or whatever? I'm like, Mom,
I got this fake thumb I've been hiding scarves in all morning.
This top hat has a false bottom. They'll never see it coming. Me literally like, because it came with like a tape that you would watch, and like the guy would explain everything to you. So I'm literally like, she's like, okay, I told them you're going to be heading down. Like, well, not now. I have to go watch my tape.
I got to watch the video.
Brush up. Be like, okay, so they can play a game, and then you'll interrupt them when you're ready. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly. I'll come down in my full gear.
No, I'm like, well, what about when they're done? Be like, so when everyone's walking out, you'll ambush them. Yeah.
Hold on.
The amazing Zach is coming down. Me, now, hyped it up to like as if I could do magic. Now I'm like in front of them, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm actually kind of bashful.
Yeah, no.
Now I need to be like coaxed into doing it. Be like, okay, well,
come on, Zach, come on, show him the thing.
Oh fuck, it didn't work.
Don't look. Nobody look.
Nobody look.
Nobody look.
God,
no, that
I get such douche chills thinking about like having an aunt over and being like, yeah, this Family Guy.
Watch this
Not even watch it. Let me explain a scene of Family Guy from you.
A 6-minute scene.
Referencing characters you don't know. Yeah, so then Brian says this, and then Peter's like, he's like, I mean, just brutal.
Wow, that is funny.
My mom told me how she's like, yeah, I used to have to like wait for you to go to sleep before I could go out and smoke cigarettes in the backyard and cry in the bathtub. And she's like, sometimes you would be telling me Family Guy scenes like on your way to bed, and I would just be shaking, needing a cigarette.
Really?
Because it's already like the longest she's been without it, and now it's just the torture of like, and then Peter, and then Stewie, and then and then it was funny because
and a kid can't tell a story.
Can't tell a story. Again, it's not even like, it's out of context. She doesn't know like what is relevantly funny about it. It's just someone telling you nonsense, essentially. She's like, yep. Just go, get it. Go.
Mommy's got to smoke.
Go up to bed and don't come back down.
Yes.
Yeah, she's probably pumped on putting my room in the attic.
Yeah, right? Hidden away.
Yeah.
You had a Harry Potter lock on the outside.
No, they took the door off when I moved up there.
Oh, really? Damn.
Just open.
That's kind of cool, though. No,
It
that
was
would
better.
be...
The door gets very cluttery.
Did you ever put a blanket over the railings and, like, made, like, a fort, like a concealed area? I used to love making forts as a kid.
I did, too. My dad yelled at me for trying to make one out of blankets.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You're going to smother.
No, just like, what are you fucking doing? Like, he was supposed to be watching me. It was football Sunday, and I was just like, he was on one side of the couch, and I was on the other side, and I had, like, blankets. I'm like, I'll develop a tunnel system.
Yes. I'll be able to...
And he was just like, what are you fucking doing?
Traverse
like,
the house.
Why are you taking all the blankets? Like, and it's not even like the blankets are folded. The couch was rounded and would go in a corner, and they would all throw behind. Yeah. And so it's literally, like, not an issue whatsoever.
Dad, I'm building a fort.
And it's just like...
Put it away.
I was just, like, upset for no reason.
Watch football with me.
Or fuck off quietly.
Yes.
Preferably that. Like, all right, I'll go read like a fag.
That's crazy.
I'll go read Harry Potter for the 7th time.
I read all 7 books 7 times.
7 being a magical number.
That's impressive, though. What are your thoughts on Downey being Dr. Doom?
I don't care.
You don't care? You like Dr. Doom, though.
Dr. Doom is one of the best villains ever, yes.
Yeah.
Tremendous character. I just reread Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment by Roger Stern and Mike Mignola.
That's when he's going... That's the one...
He has to go to the underworld to rescue his mother's soul. It's so fucking cool.
Which brings us to our quiz, our Dr. Doom quiz.
Dr. Doom. 15.
Out of 15. 15 points. Couple bonus questions. We're going to have fun. Is there music on here? We got this. Dr. Doom. All right.
Latveria. I know that's one.
Oh, you can't look at the TV.
I can't see that far.
That's good. That's good. All right.
I can see lines of what I assume are words, but I can't read them.
You can't read any of that. That's perfect. I didn't think about this at all. All right. It's going to be fun. I put this together yesterday and this morning. I was up at 6 a.m. because my sleep schedule was fucked.
Bro, I'm fucked up.
And I don't even want to talk about it.
My plan was the same thing, yeah.
No, yeah. Which, whatever. It's fine. But, all right. All right. Question 1. Where was Dr. Doom born?
Dr. Doom was born in, well, his family is, what do you call them? Gypsies. So they move around a lot. They were born, there was a king or a baron or something, though, wherever he was born, because that's who he wanted to get revenge on for being driven out of. I thought Latveria was the country he made, but maybe Latveria was the country's name already, and then he just took it over. So I'll say that.
You're going to go Latveria. Yeah. That is correct. That is correct. A 1-pointer. Tremendous. A bonus question. What's the capital and largest city of Latveria?
It has Doom in it. It's like Doomstead or Doomstad. Or
Wow. Incredible. Now, this is... And you thought you were going to do bad. Look at this. All right. Next question.
Which one? Was it Doomstead?
Doomstead. Yeah, Doom, Stadt. Doomstead. Researching Dr. Doom. Incredible character.
Bro.
I was reading his wiki.
Bro.
I was going in. The wiki for these characters is incredible. I'm going to start doing this more.
This is what I mean when I say you have to come up with your own custom canon. You can't go in taking all of comics and you have to pick and choose and streamline, and that's what the movie...
Unless you just remade the comics into movies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll forever resent them for not just doing that with the movies and them doing their weird bullshit. It would have been easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Question number 2. Who is Dr. Doom's mother?
She was a witch named... I just read it in that book. She's a witch.
I need
Check in the let me get this map. Because I think there's like Jeopardy music.
That's what I'm looking for.
Pretty sure there's something.
Right there, soundboard. Here, let me see. Beautiful. All right. Who is Dr. Doom's mother? Can I get an answer on this?
I don't know that I'm going to be able to pull her name. I do recall she's a sorcerer.
You can play this, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know that I'm going to be able to come up with a name on it. It's like Esmeralda or some shit. Some gypsy type.
You can go with Esmeralda. That is false, unfortunately. It is Cynthia. Synthia. Which is fine. Which is fine. All right. Next one. Who are the two creators behind Dr. Doom?
Jack Kirby and Stan Lee.
Beautiful. That is.
I'd barely even give Stan Lee the credit on that.
I know. And that's it. I would like to do a whole episode on why
Jack Kirby.
Why Stan Lee's a piece of shit.
That would probably make more sense.
That would be fun. Because people love him.
People love him.
People love Stan Lee. It's fantastic. What is Dr. Doom's first appearance?
Fantastic Four number 1?
You're going to go with number 1.
Or no, I guess he isn't in number 1. Is it 4?
Final answer?
No, 2. I'm going to go 2.
We're going to go with, it's Fantastic Four, number 5.
Really?
Number 5. 1962.
Do you have the cover?
I was going to put the fucking covers in here.
As I said 1, I'm like, oh no, that's the Mole Man. I guess that isn't 1.
Fantastic Four.
That website will load forever. Oh yeah. Okay.
Number 5. Meet Dr. Doom.
Because I think Namor shows up in like issue 2. So I guess it does take a couple issues to get to him.
Don't go to Marvel website.
It will take forever to load, yeah.
Okay.
I would just hit images.
Question number 5. What tragic event in Victor Von Doom's early life influenced his hatred for Reed Richards?
Well, there was the explosion that scarred Doom. I believe Reed was... Well, Reed also got the girl. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. I think Reed, like, bested him in smarts. He was like, don't do that. It won't work. And he was like, I will do that. And then it blew up and scarred him.
Victor's hatred for Reed Richards was fueled by an accident during an experiment that scarred his face, leading to his obsession with revenge. That's incredible.
And my favorite interpretation is that
it's a scratch. It's a scratch.
But it's now not perfect, which is all. It might as well be 0 if it's not going to be 100.
Is that canon? Is that
that
overall?
Is Kirby's version of it. I think there are other versions where his face is all fucked up, where they got like the mask hot. Like in the version I just read, when they retell his origin, they're like, "Here's your mask, master," and he takes it, and they're like, "Wait, you need to wait and let it cool first." And he goes, "Doom has no need to wait for anything." He takes it and he presses the hot metal up against his face.
Oh, and that's what like singes his face.
Right.
Because it's already fucked up. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What instrument does Dr. Doom play? This is interesting. I didn't know this.
I would hazard a guess at the keyboard or piano.
That is correct. The piano or hypersound piano.
I feel like that's the easiest thing to
weapon.
like trigger different things on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the closest thing to like a synth.
What did Dr. Doom distract Silver Surfer with in order to steal his powers? That was a good story I read.
Dr. Doom stole Surfer's powers. I think that's late in Silver Surfer's run. I don't know that I've ever read that.
Really? Dr.
I
Doom.
can think of the cover.
Dr. Doom invites. This is Silver Surfer's first time to Earth. He gets invited to Dr. Doom's lair, and Surfer wants to see
On his first time on Earth.
I believe so. I believe that's what it said.
Carry on.
Skip.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
He showed him a live feed of space, and Dr. Doom put on a suit that would suck his cosmic power out of him. And that was in Fantastic Four. Would you like the bonus question?
Sure.
What issue?
It's in Fantastic Four, not Surfer.
It's in Fantastic Four.
You're confident it's his first time on Earth?
85%.
Then I'll say like 42.
Fantastic Four number 57. 57. First appeared in 48, Silver Surfer. Very interesting.
Wrong either way.
Very interesting.
That's probably what suffered the most is my knowledge of like numbered issues.
That's why I made them all bonus questions. I was gonna make I had them going as main question. I'm like, I wouldn't fucking remember that.
That was the
Al
the
would,
story.
but I wouldn't.
He bought them off the rack, so he should. I crammed half a century into 7 years.
What was the name of the contest Doctor Strange won that granted him the title Sorcerer Supreme and allowed Doctor Doom to free his mother?
The
name?
Something of the Vishanti. It's like it's like the challenge. It's for, like, the contest is to name the Sorcerer Supreme, so I honestly would have guessed it was just something like that, but it's...
I'll give you a hint. It's a person's name. The blank contest.
And it's not the Vishanti?
How would you spell? No. This person gets their power from the Vishanti.
Agamotto?
Aged Genghis.
Oh, well, he's who organized. Yeah.
Is that who organizes it?
He's like the avatar on Earth that the Vishanti, like, use to gather them. He's almost like the narrator of that story.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're saying it's the Aged Genghis contest, though? That was, like, the answer?
Let's take a gander.
Because the Vishanti is like three not gods, but like ancient sorcerers.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. This shit is basically like, you read this shit and it's like, God, wouldn't it be crazy if this is how the universe worked? Little side miscellaneous. Doom was trying to make a device that allowed him to astral project into another realm. Astral project. That's insane. That's incredible. That these are just in stories.
That's what Doctor Strange does.
Just astral projects himself?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's insane. And then I didn't know, because Strange won this contest. He got a scroll, and that's how he goes and meets eternity.
He got what?
A scroll?
No, he meets eternity the first time or just a time?
I don't know.
Oh, I was going to say, he meets eternity the first time when he's looking for Dormammu, and he, like, discovers eternity. And then Dormammu tries to fight eternity, and he jumps into him, and eternity just, like, lets him do it, because it's, like, dumbass.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow. What is Doctor Doom's weakness?
Sue Storm.
Yes. Electricity.
Yeah, I mean, he wears like a suit that you could like EMP, I guess. Yeah,
which I didn't realize it was that easy. Keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, there's like in Avengers vs. X-Men. I think it's issue 1 leaves off into issue 2 where Magneto and Iron Man are gonna fight, and you're like, well, Magneto's gonna beat his ass because he's made of metal. And then he's like, it's actually all an alloy or whatever. So I'm sure Doctor Doom could do something to that extent too, where like he limits the amount of actual
electricity that goes through him.
Sorry, I took that in a more emotional.
It was discovered by the Queen of Kenya, Storm. When
that's how they have her titled, the Queen of Kenya.
The Queen of Kenya,
wow.
Storm, because that's when she was married to Black Panther,
which is Wakanda, not Kenya. She's from Cairo.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that part. I didn't. I read that and I go, who the fuck is that? And I click and I go, oh, it's just Storm. That's interesting. What 2 main skills does Doom possess that makes him so powerful? What 2 skills does he combine?
The like Western science and technology with the mysticism
that is correct.
Mother.
That is correct. Yeah. Science and magic he combines.
So in that contest, when all the top magic people in the world are standing there, aged Genghis gives all the instructions, and everyone's like, cool, let's go. And one guy's like, not so fast. Doom, we all know, uses like Western technology to enhance himself. Like, how do we know? Like, this is supposed to be a true measure of mystic might or whatever. So Doom fucking drops both his gauntlets, and he's like...
Which is the technology?
Yeah, both his gauntlets. He's like, that has all the controls to anything like weaponry I could have used. Does that satisfy you? And the guy's like, sure. And he's like fucked up by how confident he is. Because the second he says it, he just drops both. And he's like, we good now? And he's like,
you good?
Yep. Little does he know, he still has his sensors in his eyes. So he is still getting aided a little bit.
Really?
And he's jumping out of the way of things like a second early because, you know, that like infrared, all the types of things are,
types of vision.
Yeah. It's showing up on like the thermal scale before it becomes visible to like us or whatever.
So he's able to move.
Catching like, yeah, he's seeing where it's going to be a second before it actually materializes in our eyes. So even though he put his gauntlets down and took away the weapons, he was still like relying.
I still have optimal perception.
But they don't know that.
That's interesting.
And
he still can't beat Doctor Strange. He comes in second.
Yeah. And
like a loser.
He comes in second by like, he hides for a minute and like lets people kind of fuck up, and then he comes out and like then starts doing his thing.
Because it's just one big brawl.
Strange is like trying to help people like, and still, yeah, I mean, Strange is the deal.
Very interesting. What are Doom bots and what purpose do they serve for Dr. Doom?
Serve many purposes. Doom bots are replicas of him. Some Doom bots are like security for like the castle and for the country in general. Other Doom bots are like imposter Dooms. Like you think you got them and you didn't.
That is the exact answer. That is the exact answer. Doombots are robotic duplicates of Dr. Doom that serve various purposes, including guarding the palace and acting as decoys in his plans. It's incredible. It's incredible, people. Last question, and it has a bonus.
Buffalo butt.
For a bonus point. In which major Marvel crossover did Dr. Doom gain godlike powers and reshape reality?
Secret Wars. Not Secret Wars 2, but Secret Wars, the sequel. So it says just Secret Wars, but it's like the volume 2 of it. Not Secret Wars 2. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Secret Wars 2015.
That is correct.
Yeah. Dog shit story.
Gained godlike powers.
I hate Jonathan Hickman.
Gained godlike powers in the original Secret Wars 1984 and 2015 Secret Wars. Yeah. Where he became God Emperor Doom. Bonus question. Who did Doom defeat in order to become godlike?
In Secret Wars, the first one?
In Secret Wars.
I believe the Beyonder. I never read
that. Is correct.
Okay, cool.
That is correct.
I haven't read that one yet. I'm working my way towards
That's
it.
not bad. A 10. Look, we got 10 out of 15.
Stupid.
You can miss 5 questions. Couple of them were tough. And honestly,
I just read the Cynthia one.
We had a little confusion on the aged Genghis one, so I'm going to make it out of 14. Because that was a sham question. I tried to pigeonhole you into a thing you didn't know, and that's fine. So we're going to say 10 out of 14. That's a 71% C. That's not bad.
Not good.
That's a passing grade. As my dad would say, as my father told me all through school, Marky, just pass.
C's get degrees, baby.
Just pass. Oh, that was fun.
One of my favorite quotes about Doom ever, I know I've said this to you before, is someone's asking Thanos about Earth, and he's talking about how, like, there's no one on that planet that he cares about, like, no one holds any threat for him. He's like, there's but one human I continue to surveil even when I'm off-world, and that is Dr. Doom, because he's the only human with any intellect to actually pose a potential threat.
And who said this?
Thanos.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Dr. Doom's the only... Because it's like the combination of things. Like, he has the willingness to do shit that heroes won't. He's as smart as Reed Richards, but he's got, like, cunning the way Reed doesn't, you know?
Yes.
He's got hubris and ego, which is our blind spots, but as he...
That I almost put as a weak. That was almost a question.
Oh, really? Yeah.
What are his weaknesses? Hubris and ego.
Yeah, him and Thanos have that the same, where they almost, like, fuck themselves up.
You know what a beautiful story was?
What?
Is the, when you go to... I didn't... When you explain how he saves his mom, I was reading the wiki on that, and he's supposed to sacrifice Strange, and his mom doesn't like that. His mom hates him for it.
Because she knows that he'll go to hell now.
Yeah. So he sacrifices... He goes... But he doesn't sacrifice Strange.
I have the book on my nightstand still if you want me to grab it.
It's okay. We're almost done.
Fair.
We're almost done.
Over an hour.
He doesn't sacrifice Strange. He uses something to save him or something, right?
He has some of his technology with him.
Yes, he still has some of the technology. He saves him, saves his mother. His mother then ascends into heaven.
He does all this by betraying Mephisto, the ultimate, the devil tricks you. You know, it's the whole thing. Like, you make a deal with the devil. He made a deal with the devil and got one over on him.
Yes. And then his mom hates him, but he's content with his mother's hatred. He takes that as a win because now she's in a better place.
She's free.
I'd rather her hate me and be free than love me and be trapped.
So now take that.
And that's a beautiful story.
And now relate that back to the thing I snapped you, where Strange is standing in the doorway and he's like, Doom, if this has been your goal for so long, why has it taken you until this contest to ask me to talk to me about it? Why would you never just seek me out and ask for help? And then there's just that fucking shot of Doom standing by the fire, and then the next shot of him being like, because Doom begs for nothing.
Doom.
And it's like in his head, he's a fucking gypsy. His fucking parents are on the run and everything.
Yeah.
Like, his dad is just like, oh, we'll get out of your hair, king, whoever. Where the mom is like, yeah, we'll leave now, but I'm going to, like, work on some shit that we'll never have to run away again, and then they kill her before she can ever, or, they put her in a position where she has to make a deal with the fucking devil to protect her people.
Yeah. Do you know how the father dies?
The father dies.
You said this earlier. They were banned. They had to run from the town.
I think
it's not a glamorous death.
I think the dad just dies of old. I think the dad dies for a little because so the mom makes the deal with the devil, and she gets the power that she needs to defeat the kingdom or whatever. And she goes down to, like, the bar and is talking shit to the guards or whatever. She finally fucking, like, shoots him, like, kills them all. And then she walks outside feeling good about what she did. Everybody around her's dying. Like, women, children, innocent civilians. Like, she wanted to just go kill the guards and the royal, like, everybody died. And then I think the power, like, overtook her. Or maybe she, like, tried to save them, and then that was, like, too much burden for her. But Mephisto doesn't tell you, like, oh, yeah, I'll give you enough power to kill him. It'll destroy you. He's just like,
sure.
Got it.
Here's your power.
Yeah.
The dad freezes to death when they're leaving. The mom, something happens. The mom is dying. She runs into the woods, and the husband grabs her, and she makes the dad promise to not let Doom learn magic and like hide my books and
he
whatnot.
keeps throwing her trunk away, and
Yeah.
it keeps reappearing.
And then, yeah, they're running away, and he dies, and then Doom is somewhere.
Because she gets like just far enough to where he can find her, and then he sees that, gets the message, and then
Yeah.
it's a great fucking
No, a
read.
great story. And for that, we're done. And just remember, all caps when you spell the man name.